Skip Bayless is under fire for controversial tweet, and the next day Shannon Sharpe no shows for an episode of Undisputed. What's really going on? Let's get into it. What's good? Welcome to a special edition of the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by dopecontent.com. This is your boy K-Lou here, the one and only. Or if you know me on Twitter or Twitch, you know me as Dope Content, as him. I am Dope Content. That is me, K-Lou, for the people that know me personally. What's good, y'all? Hope y'all having a good day. Today is Tuesday, January the 3rd. And we got a lot to talk about. Normally, we do our normal sports podcast, but I ended up starting back work today. And we didn't go at our normal time. We went at a different time because it was just a meeting today. It wasn't a full day of work. So our time got mixed up. Tony had the kids, couldn't make it. So we just wasn't able to, get the regular show, the regular weekly Dope Sports Podcast out the way today. But I did want to give you guys something because I know you guys expect something on a Tuesday. And I thought about not doing it at all, which me and Tony talked about, because the DEMAR HAMLIN situation last night. So I do want to start this show off by saying much prayers to DEMAR HAMLIN and his family. And I hope he is doing better. I haven't heard any updates since really this morning. And I know his family put out a statement, which we'll get into, but I haven't heard anything. So I'm praying that everything is good with him, praying for his mom who was there to witness that and had to ride in the ambulance with him. And I just hope everything is okay, and I hope he pulls through. I'm praying for the Buffalo Bills, the players that had to witness that, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the people that was there. And I do want to give a huge shout out to the Cincinnati crowd, man. A round of applause for y'all. Round of applause for you guys, because you guys did a great job last night. It's 60, 70,000 people in that stadium. This is a huge Monday night game. When you have seeding, playoff seeding and home field advantage and all that stuff being on the line, and for the game to get suspended in the first quarter because of that situation with DEMAR HAMLIN, and nobody booed, nobody threw nothing. When they asked you guys to leave the stadium, you guys left the stadium. And from what I know, I haven't seen anything on Twitter, anything about any fights. Normally, I see fan fights every week at every stadium via Twitter. I didn't see anything from you guys last night. It was just all love and respect. You guys did everything they told you to do. You were quiet and very respectful of the whole situation. So, hey, man, once again, shout out to the Cincinnati Bengals fans, man. Because they did a great job. They did a great job, and they were very respectful last night, even after they canceled the game last night, which we're going to get into. Let's go ahead and get into it. The Buffalo Bills took on the Cincinnati Bengals last night, and it was the first quarter with about 5 minutes and maybe 19 seconds or so left in the game. I was watching it live, so I actually saw this happen. The Bills did a kickoff, and DEMAR HAMLIN actually made the tackle on the play, and it was a hard collision. I believe it was T. Higgins with the ball, and DEMAR HAMLIN hit him, but T. Higgins got his shoulder down and hit DEMAR right in his chest. DEMAR popped right up, and then next thing you know, he fell back down. And my initial thought was, oh, he got the wind knocked out of him. That's the way it looked just from watching it live. So I have 3 screens here. I'm watching Monday Night Football here, and I got to keep up with wrestling because I do wrestling podcasts on Sunday. So I had wrestling right here, So I'm just kind of like going back and forth. And so when I initially saw him fall down, I was like, okay, he got the wind knocked out of him. I'm thinking they'll go to commercial break, come back, he'll be good. They go to commercial break and come back, you know, by the whole time they're on commercial break, I'm watching Raw, I'm watching WWE. So they come back, I'm thinking they about to go right into a play, and he was still down. So I'm like, okay, something is not right. You know, that's more than getting the air knocked out of you. And then they showed the replay. So this time I made sure to pay attention to him only. They showed the replay, and the way he fell, my heart started beating super fast, because I was like, man, I've seen basketball players fall like that, you know, a couple of years ago. I think it was 2020, a basketball player, college player, fell down just like that on the court, on the sideline, where the corner 3-point line is, and he died instantly. So when I saw the replay, my heart just started beating fast, man. I got nervous. I saw the players crying, and I got even more nervous then. And I'm just like, man, I've never seen anything like this. I tweeted out and I got on Facebook, I've never seen anything like this, man. Prayers up for HAMLIN, and I hope he's doing great. So this is happening, right? Skip Bayless is tweeting, because I mean that's what he does, and that's part of his job as a sports analyst, right? So he's tweeting, you know, give you a quick timeline. It started off with, not exactly sure what happened to DEMAR HAMLIN. Players on both teams are shaking. Ambulance are out on the field. CPR administrated. Can't remember being stopped for this length of time. Just said a prayer for him and his family. That's the first tweet that Skip tweeted out about the situation, which is no problem with that. He ended it with, you know, he's telling you what's happening for those who might not, you know, be watching live. For those who wasn't watching live, I can't even get my words together right now. But for those who wasn't watching live, he's letting you know what happened. And then at the end, he said, I'm just saying a prayer for him and his family. Cool, right? He tweets out again just a few minutes later. I've seen so many horrific injuries suffered on the football field, yet never have I seen a reaction like this. In every other situation I witnessed or covered, the game always went on fairly quickly. The attitude was, hey, it's football. For these players, this was different. Again, he's tweeting, you know, he's a sports analyst, and he's a famous sports analyst. Cool. I have no problems with it. Right? And I know Skip is going to make sure to keep tweeting out, because he wants people to tune into his show tomorrow. This is my mindset, knowing he's going to keep tweeting because he wants people to tune into his show tomorrow so people can see what he has to say. Then this tweet pops up. No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant.
Bruh.
And this is where all hell broke loose for Skip Bayless.
Bruh.
And it got pretty bad very quickly here. Let me go read some of these comments. We seen people like Kendrick Perkins telling me, you are a sick individual, real talk. Isaiah Thomas, I hope they fire you, bro. To even think about the game was very sad. You got Ryan McKinnell, who is a busted open UFC and wrestling. I said busted open, I'm sorry. Sirius XM, UFC and wrestling analyst on Sirius XM radio. You have no bottom, dude. Everything is a take. You got Logan Cook, Cameron Magruder, T.O., Patrick Peterson, Darrell Reeves. I mean, the list goes on. Dez Bryant. You got Mike Fisher, Cowboys insider Mike Fisher. Jordan Schultz. I mean, it's just the list goes on. Like, everybody came after Skip last night after this tweet. You got Rotimi, a famous actor and singer. I mean, the list just goes, and it's steady going as I'm scrolling right now. So everybody came at Skip, and I posted this tweet on Facebook and said that this man, y'all can keep being fans of him all you want, but me personally, I'm not a fan. I think he's trash. That's what I said. I never said I was angry. I never said counsel Skip. I just say y'all can keep being fans if you want. Me personally, I found out that he was trash years ago, and my stance doesn't change on that. So you got people coming in there all on my Facebook saying, oh, you misread this. You know, you misread that, because he said what he's trying to say is everything is irrelevant compared to, you know, what's happening on the field. My rebuttal to that is I read exactly what he said. I know exactly what he said. I read it, and I know how to read. I know how to comprehend. The problem I have with Skip is maniacal. He knows what he's doing. Skip knows how to type out things and how to say things a certain way to get a reaction. He's been doing this for years. This is not nothing new. And I'm somebody who actually like dug into Skip, looked into Skip, because you see what I'm doing. I'm a sports podcaster. I'm trying to get on the level that Skip is on, or at least close to it. So yes, even though I talk trash about Skip and Stephen A. Smith and all them, yeah, I'm gonna go look into them and see, hey, how did you get here? How did you get here? What did you do to get this rating? What did you do to get that? So I watch Skip podcast. I've listened to him do personal interviews. Same with Stephen A. Smith. I've really dug into Skip Bayless. And over the last couple of years, I just don't like him. I just don't. What he said about Dak Prescott after his brother committed suicide, that really did it for me a couple of years ago. I was really done then. The man just committed suicide. Dak admitted to having depression, clinical depression, and you sitting there talking about he's too soft to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Let me phrase it how you say, my Dallas Cowboys. First of all, it's not your Dallas Cowboys. You don't own anything on the Cowboys. And you sitting there talking about Dak Prescott is too soft and his brother just committed suicide. You idiot. So stuff like that. Skip he's on record himself saying he's obsessed with the Cowboys, LeBron, and the ratings. No matter what's going on, no matter what family functions they have going on or planned, if LeBron is on or if the Cowboys are doing anything, he's canceling everything just to tweet live as it happens, anything that's going on with LeBron or the Cowboys, and he's going to start off every show with either LeBron or the Cowboys because that's the rating, and he's obsessed with the rating and the attention. He said it himself. Go follow his YouTube and look it up. So my whole issue with this tweet was, oh, he's trying to get attention. I know what he said, but I know how he said it. And it's not just me that feels this way. Because if it was just me, why is Kendrick Perkins, T.O., Dez Bryant, Isaiah Thomas, Mike Fisher, who's known him for 32 years, and all these other people saying the same thing? Why are they all coming at him like, man, well, let me read one of these comments. Skip, everything is a take from you. Just relax. For once, be a normal person. These are the type of comments that are on his tweet. Relax, be a normal person for once. Stop making everything a take. That's what it was. It was a take. He said it like that. He typed it up like that for a reason. Because he knew it would get a reaction. That was my whole point. He didn't need to do that. He skipped Bayless. At some point, you are above having to stoop low to that type of magnitude just to get reaction. You're Skip Bayless. You have your own show. You're a multi-millionaire. Multi-millionaire. Why do you still have to stoop to those tactics to get attention? That's my problem with it. I know what he said. And then, of course, after that blows up and he gets backlash after backlash, people are trending, got Fire Skip Bayless trending. They are tweeting out Fox Sports. Of course he's going to come with a fake apology. Of course he's going to come with an apology. Let me see if I can find exactly what he said, because I don't want to add no words and I don't want to take away nothing. Let's go to the next tweet. Nothing is more important than a young man's health. That was the point of my last tweet. I'm sorry if that was misunderstood. but his health is all that matters. Again, everything else is irrelevant. I prayed for him and will continue to. And that was his last tweet of the night. His next tweet was this morning, please join me now on Undisputed. That's it. And he haven't said nothing since that. He haven't said nothing on Twitter since that. This is the quietest I've ever seen Skip Bayless on Twitter. So now let's get to Undisputed. But again, yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna go back on that. Let's get to Undisputed. Because I was about to go on the full rant. I really have an issue, and it just clicked in my head as I'm talking. I really have an issue with the people who's always on my Facebook just to argue with me. They never show love on any post where I'm talking positive. They never show love when I'm promoting this show or the brand, the dope content brand. They never like a video. They never share a video. They never, anything positive that I say on Facebook, they nowhere to be found. But as soon as I say something about Skip, Dak, or whoever, if they don't like it, if it's something they can argue about, they come running. They the first ones there. And that just clicked in my head as I was talking. Like, you're nowhere to be seen on any of my positive stuff. I got a promotion, or I just helped somebody do this, or hey, the brand dope content just reached a new level on YouTube, or you're nowhere to be found. But as soon as it's something you can argue with me on, you the first one up in there arguing every time. That just popped in my head that there's a lot of y'all on Facebook like that, and you're about to start getting removed. I'm not dealing with y'all in 2023. That really just popped in my head, and it almost made me go on a full rant. But let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Shannon Sharpe did not show up today on Undisputed, and a lot of people are speculating things, this and that. This is what's going on. Shannon is mad at Skip. All that. Until you hear anything, bro, stop speculating. You got podcasters saying this, and they don't know either one of them. They don't know Shannon Sharpe or Skip Bayless. So how do you know what's going on? Shannon Sharpe hasn't tweeted anything. Not to my knowledge. Skip last tweet was 8 hours ago. Please join me now on Undisputed. Fox Sports hasn't said anything. So how do you know what's going on with Shannon Sharpe? Don't forget, Shannon Sharpe found out on TV, Friday? That he had a new grandson? Maybe he left to go see the grandson. Maybe that's what it was. Or maybe Shannon Sharpe is, feeling some type of way about DEMAR Hamlin. Maybe he just couldn't bring himself to come on TV today because of DEMAR Hamlin's situation. Not necessarily Skip. All I'm saying is stop speculating, stop reading these fake dirt sheets, blogs. Because I saw somebody post on Facebook who claims to be like a blogger or whatever, or an insider, say, oh, Shannon Sharpe didn't show up and he's told FS1 that he's considering not ever coming back. Bruh. Who are your sources? Because I haven't heard that from anybody that's actually credible. So who are your sources? Trust me, bro? That's your source? That's your source? Trust me, bro? Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. No, you don't. You don't. So Shannon Sharpe did not show up today. Let's see if he show up tomorrow. I didn't watch the show. I even had my own uncle tell me, I bet you y'all watch the show. No, I didn't. I didn't watch not 1% of that show today. Not 1 second of the show today. Only reason I know Shannon Sharpe wasn't there is because of Twitter. Twitter was posting his clips all day saying that Shannon Sharpe wasn't there. And then they posted his apology, Skip Bayless' apology, where he's fake huffing and puffing. Well, I was thinking about not doing the show today. Stop lying, Skip. You doing the show no matter what. You are that type of dude. You're the Vince McMahon of sports TV. That's who you are. The show must go on no matter what when it comes to Skip Bayless. Anybody that follows Skip Bayless or studied Skip Bayless' career You know that. The show goes on with Skip Bayless no matter what's happening. So all that huffing and puffing and faking you did today, I don't want to disrespect anybody or make anybody feel, bruh.
Shut up, bitch. Bruh.
Seriously. Because you're lying. You're lying to these people. And you can fool them. That's why they still on Facebook arguing with me. Talking about, oh, you just mad because it's Skip Bayless. Nah, I'm mad because I know how he operate. And last night, I didn't think it was the time for him to be a troll. He's a professional troll. He's a attention whore. And that's just what it is. He said it himself 9 months ago on his own podcast on YouTube. I watched it. Did you watch it? I saw it. Did you see it? So, like, come on, man. But that's okay. You Facebookers who only show up to argue with me on those posts, but you never say nothing good on any of my good posts, positive posts, promotion posts. You know where to be found, but you here to argue every time. You're about to get deleted, partner.
Bruh.
You're about to be removed. And you probably don't care, but I don't care either. So you about to be gone when I'm done. Trust me. Moving on, man. We not gonna have a negative show the whole show. Let's go ahead and get into some NFL. We will not be doing power rankings for multiple reasons. Tony is not here. The Bills and Bengals did not finish the game, which it looks like they're not going to finish anytime this week, which I don't have any problems with, because it's more important to figure out what's going on with DEMAR HAMLIN. So whatever they do later on, that's what they do later on. But I'm not doing no power rank because I feel like, that's just a little too much. But I will go ahead and give you the scores for the people that did play, and then I'll give you the predictions for next week, because it is the last week of the season, and I just felt like I got to give you guys a chance to, at least give a chance to win a gift card or just participate. It's the last week of the season, and it's now a huge week. Nobody expected it to be what it is now. The last week of the season, you got people still playing for the division. So it's crazy. But let's get into the scores, and we'll keep it moving real quick. Dallas Cowboys take out the Tennessee Titans 27-13. Dak Prescott, 282 yards, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, 11 catches, 100 yards. It's crazy to me that Dallas go on a Thursday night game on the road. Yeah, they playing an inferior team who rested most of their starters, right? Well, at least they offensive starters. Derrick Henry, the quarterback, is out. It's funny that they go out there and win by 14 points, something you're supposed to do against a team like that, and people are still coming at them saying, oh, how you feel? You didn't play that great. It was 27-13. They held the team to 13 points. They won by 14 points. What do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? Like, it's only Dallas that get this type of treatment after a win. Because the Kansas City Chiefs struggled against 2 whack teams. And we're going to get into the Chiefs, but just don't forget last week they went to overtime with the Houston Texans. Nobody's saying nothing. But the Dallas Cowboys win by 14 in Tennessee after a huge game against Philly. A very physical and big game. And they turn around 5 days later and go to Tennessee in bad weather. Even with Dak throwing 2 picks, which one of them wasn't his fault. I mean, that's Hendershot's fault. And they still won by 14. They couldn't even run the ball. They going up against the number 1 rush defense in the league. Tony Pollard wasn't there. Zeke didn't do anything on the ground. And they still won by 14. But Dallas is just horrible, right? I don't understand it. It just don't make sense to me. They the only team that get this type of treatment. And that's been my thing the whole year. Give everybody the same energy. Stop just doing Dallas like that. Give everybody the same energy, bruh. Nobody's playing a perfect game all 17 games. It's not happening. The point is, did you win or did you lose? That's the point. Dallas got 12 wins. Like, whatever, man. Whatever, man. Falcons beat the Arizona Cardinals. Falcons are now 6-10. Cardinals are 4-12. Falcons won 20-19. Nobody really cares about that game. The Detroit Lions move to 8-8, keep their playoff hopes alive as they take out the Chicago Bears 41-10. Shout out to Detroit, man. That was one of my sleeper teams to start the year. Them and the Jets were my two sleeper teams, and I actually gave up on Detroit midway during the season, and I literally told Tony I'm off the Detroit train, and I had to hop back on the train because they started playing good. Literally this next week after I said I'm off the train. So I'm back on the train, Detroit. So I need y'all to pull through this weekend. But Detroit will take on the Packers. It's going to be a fire game. We'll get into those predictions later. The Chiefs, those Chiefs I just got them talking about, they moved to 13-3, and they beat the 4-12 Denver Broncos by how many points? 3.
Bruh.
Where did they play at? In Kansas City.
Bruh.
How many yards did Pat Mahomes throw for? 328 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Bruh.
How many points they win by again? 3.
Bruh.
Nobody's talking about it though. Cowboys win by 14. Oh man, you barely won. Huh? Chiefs win by 3. Good game, Chiefs. What? The Titans are playing for a playoff spot next week. Denver has been eliminated for 4 weeks. So, okay, let's keep it moving. Dolphins lose yet again. They fall at 8-8 as they lose to the Patriots 23-21. The Patriots are now 8-8. I believe they are fighting for a playoff spot as well with their 8-8 record, man. So it's up in the air, man. This week coming up is going to be very important. The Giants are 9-6 as they take out the Colts 38-10. The Colts are 4-11-1. Daniel Jones, 2 touchdowns, 177 yards. And then he had 91 yards rushing for 2 touchdowns. So Daniel Jones went off for 4 touchdowns total that game, man. And then we got this game. We got the Saints taking on the Eagles, baby. Oh, this is hilarious. The Saints, who that, baby? They take out the Eagles 20-10 at home. Saints are 7-9. Saints were looking to keep their playoff hopes alive at the time. The Eagles are 13-3 now. Gardner Minshew, 18-32, 274 yards, 1 touchdown. Devontae Smith went off for 115 yards. But the Saints dominated the Eagles. The Eagles scored all their points in the third quarter. They didn't score in the first, second, or fourth. All their points came in the third quarter. Jalen Hurts, man, you might have to go ahead and get that man the MVP trophy right now because it's not looking good. And now the Eagles are in a very sticky situation right now. And I'm going to ask you guys this. You can leave the comments in the chat once you see this video. Let me ask you this. What do you do with Jalen Hurts? And here's the situation. If they lose to the Giants, who the Giants coach said they playing everybody next week, or this Sunday, I should say. If they lose to the Giants and the Cowboys beat the Commanders, which we're going to get into the Commanders, the Cowboys are the NFC East champs. Who would have thought that? They are Eagles are 13-3, been dominating this whole season, and they can still not be the NFC East champs. So, with that said, and they're still fighting for the number 1 seed as well with the Minnesota Vikings on their behind, and now the 49ers on their behind, right? So, with that being said, what do you do with Jalen Hurts? What do you do with Jalen Hurts? Do you play him this week with him possibly not being 100%? Because I personally don't think Jalen Hurts is 100% right now. Do you play him and go for that number 1 seed and that bye week so Jalen Hurts can get a week off in the playoffs and home field advantage? Or do you rest him and take your chance on missing out on that bye week and that home field advantage? And then, but you'll have your quarterback back healthy for the playoffs. What do you do? What do you do? I said 2 weeks ago, I don't think Jalen Hurts is playing another regular season game. But a lot has changed in those 2 weeks with them losing 2 straight and the Cowboys winning 2 straight and the 49ers being on a run that they're on right now. So The Eagles got a predicament. They in a sticky situation, and they got to make some important decisions. Do you play Hurts now at maybe 70%, 60%? Get that first seed locked in, and then take that bye week to hopefully heal Hurts and have home field advantage, or do you rest him and just make sure he's ready for the playoffs? That's a tough decision. And I honestly can't give you any ideas. So you're on your own on this one, Philly. That's all I'm gonna say. Tampa Bay secure their playoff hosts. Good Lord. They clinched the NFC South as they beat the Panthers 30-24. Tom Brady and Mike Evans went completely off. Mike Evans, 10 catches, 207 yards, 3 touchdowns. Boy, looked like a Madden character out there. Tom Brady, 432 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Panthers started off great, man. They started off great, and it just went downhill. I don't know. I watched the game, and I still don't know how it happened. C.J. Henderson is the reason. I don't know why they left him one-on-one. Why did you keep leaving him one-on-one? Like, Mike Evans is literally beating you off the line and running fly routes, and y'all kept leaving that man one-on-one. Left him on the island with Mike Evans. It was one bomb that he caught where C.J. just stopped running. Like, he just, what are you doing? Why did you stop? Like, it was stupid. So, Matt Rule, yeah. I'm sorry, Matt Rule ain't even there no more. Who's the coach there now? The interim coach? I blame you for that, man. Defense coordinator, too. You kept leaving that man on the island right there with Mike Evans just clowning him. Like, it didn't make sense to me. But shout out to Tampa Bay, man. Tampa Bay will be in the playoffs. Tom Brady yet again, man. Jeez. And here go another funny game. Cleveland Browns take out the Washington Commanders. I've been waiting on this one. Even more than the Eagles game. Because I told y'all, Washington, last week, don't play Carson Wentz. I told y'all, don't play Carson Wentz. I know you probably don't see this most likely. I get it. I understand. But I got a few Washington fans that watch the show. Y'all could have related to somebody. Y'all could have shared the clip enough to maybe they see it or something. I don't know. But Washington, I'm a Cowboys fan. I shouldn't like y'all. And I don't like y'all. But even if I'm telling you, don't play Carson Wentz, bro, if you wanted to win. I'm a Cowboys fan telling you, you better not play Carson Wentz if you want to win this game. Nothing about it made sense. Their worst offensive performance both came with Carson Wentz. His last start in week 6, and then this past game. Both came in week 6. Like, I don't understand the thought process of it. It's like you really tanked the season. You didn't want to win, and you was like, I don't want to go to the playoffs. Let's just tank this. And I feel bad for the players. Because TJ McLaurin, Gibson, Robinson, all these guys out here busting their behinds for you to screw them, basically, by putting in Wentz. Let's give you Wentz numbers. 16 of 28, 143 yards, 3 interceptions. 3 interceptions. Meanwhile, Deshaun Jackson goes off for 3 touchdowns, 169 yards, 9 of 18. Nick Chubb, 104 yards. Brian Robinson, 87 yards. It was a play. It was 4th and 1. They took Brian Robinson out the game. That's your power back. It takes 2 to 3 people to tackle him every time. They took him out the game on a 4th and 1 so they can run a toss. To Jonathan Williams. It wasn't even Antonio. It wasn't even Gibson. It was to Jonathan Williams that they ran a toss to. You know what happened? Of course it got shut down. I don't understand it. Amari Cooper, former Cowboy, 3 catches, 105 yards. Shout out to Amari Cooper, man. I'm still mad the Cowboys got rid of him for a dishwasher. Still mad about that. But Washington, the Washington media has been going off. Oh, they've been going off. I posted a clip on Twitter and Facebook of me telling them not to play Wentz, and then the media reacting to them playing Wentz, and it's hilarious. Please go watch it. Please go watch it. But I just don't understand it, man. But now since we're here, you're eliminated. Ron Rivera didn't even know after the game that they could be eliminated on Sunday. They asked him about it. He was like, you know, would you change anything up knowing that there's a possibility you could be eliminated with Green Bay winning? Oh, we could be eliminated?
Bruh.
Yes. Green Bay was right there. Detroit is right there. Yeah, you had to win that game, bruh. Seattle is right there. You had to win that game, bruh. How did you not know that? How did you not know that? Don't give me that, oh, coach is so focused on the game and his team. Bruh, they got staff members that go around and do all this stuff for the coach. They let you know how the hotel is in the city that you're playing in, how the field is, how the practice field is, what the weather's gonna be like at this time, all of that. Playoff scenarios, clock scenarios. They know all of that. They got a staff of people that tells the head coach everything. So don't give me that, oh, he was too focused on his team. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that. That man wanted to get fired. I don't think he wanted to be in Washington. And he's purposely throwing this season. That's what I think is going on. Ron Rivera don't want to be in Washington no more. Maybe he's tired of dealing with the ownership or lack thereof. I don't think he wants to be in Washington no more. And with that said, Ron, go ahead and play Carson Wentz against Dallas next week. I would gladly take it. Please play him against Dallas again. We need to win. Please play Carson Wentz again. Please. And then just get fired and go on about your business. Please. Jaguars take out the Texans 31-3. Jaguars 8-8. They are the leaders of their division as well. Shout out to the Jaguars, man, for coming back and making this a good season for them. San Francisco 49ers in a nail biter against the who? The Las Vegas Raiders with the backup quarterback. San Francisco 12-4. Raiders are 6-10. But nobody's talking about San Francisco struggling with a 6-10 team with a backup quarterback. But if that was Dallas, oh man, if that was Dallas going to overtime with the Raiders with a backup quarterback, all hell would have broke loose. But whatever. 49ers 12-4. Shout out to the 49ers, man. The Seahawks moved to 8-8, keep their playoff hopes alive as they eliminated the Jets, one of my sleeper teams. I just don't understand what went wrong with the Jets, man. I just don't get it. I understand the quarterback situation. I would have played Flacco. For at least one of these games. I don't get it. The same with Washington playing Carson Wentz. That I don't understand that QB decision. I don't understand not playing Flacco at least one of these games when you're trying to figure out a quarterback situation for the Jets. He was top 5 in passing the first 4 weeks when he did play. I don't get it. But whatever. You're now eliminated. Seahawks once again win 23-6. Jets are 7-9. Seahawks 8-8. The Packers control their destiny, and they took it to the Vikings 41-17. The Vikings are the most fraudulent 12-4 team to ever exist. They're frauds, man. They are frauds, and it's going to show in the playoffs. Like I've been saying it all year. I don't believe in the Vikings. I really don't. And this is why. They are frauds, man. They've been blown out too many times, and they barely escaped too many times. Cowboys blew them out. Packers blew them out. Eagles blew them out. Like, they're not ready. But Packers moved to 8-8. Vikings are 12-4. Still hopefully fighting for that number 1 seed as well with the Cowboys, 49ers, and Eagles. It's about to get real interesting, man. The Chargers moved to 10-6. Shout out to the Chargers, man. They take out the LA Rams 31-10. The Rams are 5-11. That is the most lost Super Bowl champ team ever. And I probably didn't even say that right, but y'all know what I mean. No team has ever won a Super Bowl and lost 11 games the next year. So the Rams are steady making history in a bad way this time, though. Chargers are 10-6, man. Chargers are a team that I said were the most frustrating team in the NFL. And they're starting to turn it around, man. And I'm happy for them. I've been picking the Chargers for years to make the playoffs, and they made me look stupid every time I picked them, including last year. But they finally got in, man. Shout out to the Chargers, man. The Steelers take out the Ravens, man. As a Raven fan, I didn't like them losing to the Steelers, but at the same time, I was very happy for Mike Tomlin. Steelers are 8-8, still playoffs, still got a playoff chance. Ravens already locked into the playoffs at 10-6. That's another reason it didn't bother me as much. The Steelers, Mike Tomlin, never had a losing season, and it looked like it was going to happen this year. We even said it on this show that it might happen this year, and he still might end up not having a losing season. And I actually hope they win next week, or this Sunday, I should say. Just for Mike Tomlin. I'm a Mike Tomlin fan. So if he can pull out a 9-8 season, no matter if they make the playoffs or not, you got to give Mike Tomlin credit, man. Got to give him credit. So shout out to Mike Tomlin. Shout out to the Steelers, man. And then, of course, the Bills and the Bengals did not finish last night. So that is week 17. So I've been on here longer than I planned on being. So let's go ahead and get into the week 18 predictions, and then we're up out of here, man. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. I did this for the people that come through every week, man. I did not want to have y'all miss a show. So it took a while for me to do it. So it's literally like 5:30 right now, my time. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do a show, but I end up doing it, man. So shout out to y'all that come through and watch. Shout out to those who came through and watched the young homie, the young MVP, William Little, this past Saturday, man. Shout out to y'all for coming through for that. I really enjoyed talking to the young man and his family and his dad. He did beat me in Madden, but it was on the last gen, so it don't count. It wasn't the new gen. It was on the last gen, so it don't count. Like, that game is completely different, so that don't count. But whatever. Let's get right into week 18 predictions. You see it on the screen. It says leave your predictions on YouTube for a chance to win merch or a gift card, which is an Amazon gift card from Dope Content. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to look up the results for the last 2 weeks. I've been out of there. With work starting back up and dealing with kids and all that, I've been out of there. So, but I will look it up, and if you won, trust me, I will reward you. Y'all know I've been doing it, been holding my word all season. So it might come late, but it's coming. Like Dion said, I'm coming. Let's get into it, man. The Chiefs take on the Raiders. I got the Chiefs winning easy. Unless they rest everybody, which I don't think they will because they still fighting for number 1 seed. I got the Chiefs beating the Raiders in Vegas. You got the Titans versus the Jaguars. Derrick Henry will return for this game. They're in Jacksonville, and this is for the division. And with that said, I'm sticking with the hot hand. I got the Jaguars over the Titans. And then I don't know if they're going to play this game or not between the Ravens and the Bengals. I'm really not sure if they're going to play this. I don't know how they're going to do this scheduling with the Bengals and the Bills. But if they do play, if the Ravens and Bengals do play, I'm taking Cincinnati. As much as I hate to say that, I'm taking Cincinnati over the Bengals. I mean, they still fighting for number 1 seed. I don't think the Ravens I think they done with winning the division after losing to Pittsburgh. So I got Cincinnati over the Ravens if they play. Tampa Bay at Atlanta. Atlanta is actually favored by 4.5. So that most likely means Tampa is going to rest their starters if Atlanta is favored by 4.5. Even with that said, I'm still taking Tampa Bay. Patriots at the Bills. Woo! Patriots still got playoff hopes here at 8-8, but the Bills are still fighting for the number 1 seed if they play. Again, I don't know what they're gonna do with the Bills and the Bengals. The Bills are an emotional wreck right now. If they do play, man, I don't even know if I want to pick that game, honestly, because the Bills are dealing with something that don't matter. I don't know if I'm gonna pick that game. I think I'm gonna skip that game because the Bills are dealing with something that's just on another level right now. I'm gonna skip that game. Vikings at the Chicago Bears. I got Minnesota winning that game. I think Chicago's actually going to give them a fight, though. But I got Minnesota winning that game. A game nobody cares about. Texans and the Colts. Give me Houston, I guess. I don't know. Nah, give me the Colts. I'll take the Colts over the Texans. Jets at Dolphins. Jets are already eliminated. Dolphins need this win to keep their playoff hopes alive, I believe. Both teams are losing. Tua, I don't think Tua should come back this season. And you see how the Dolphins look without Tua. But the Jets haven't been looking good either. It's a tough game. Vegas has it even right now. I'll take Miami. Miami has more to play for right now. I'll take Miami. Carolina at the Saints. Both just got eliminated. They in New Orleans, so with that said, I'll take New Orleans just cause. Cleveland at the Steelers. Whoo. Both team. I'm gonna take the Steelers. At home. Chargers at Broncos. I got the Chargers. Giants at Philly. I don't think Jalen Hurts is playing. I don't know what they're going to do. I just personally don't think Jalen Hurts is playing no more in the regular season. So, and with that said, I'm going to take the Giants. Giants are pushing for 10 wins. And then, that's going to be crazy. I'm going to laugh. It's going to be so funny when the Giants beat Philly and Philly boo the team out the stadium yet again. Your team is 13-3 and you booing them out the stadium. That's just hilarious. With the backup quarterback at that. It ain't even the starter. It's the backup. Cardinals at the 49ers. Got the 49ers easy. They favored by 14 points. Rams at Seahawks. Seahawks needed more. I got the Seahawks. Cowboys at Commanders. I got the Cowboys, of course. Especially if Carson Wentz is playing. Yeah, get out of here. If Carson Wentz is playing, I'm definitely taking the Cowboys. If Taylor Heineke plays, then it'll be a tougher game. But, yeah, with Wentz playing, Cowboys easy. This is a Sunday night game that means a lot. You win, you're in. Detroit at Green Bay. Both teams 8-8. Green Bay is favored by 4.5, and they're at home. This is going to be my upset of the week, even though both teams are 8-8. I'm taking the Detroit Lions to beat the Green Bay Packers, ladies and gentlemen. Mark it, book it, clip it. Detroit will go to Green Bay and beat them and get in the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. That is week 18. Once again, I'm not doing power rankings today. We're not doing none of that today. Thank you guys for watching, man. Thank you for coming through. Much love to y'all, man. Leave your predictions in the YouTube comment section. Prayers for DEMAR HAMLIN and his family. Hopefully we get good news, either later today or sometime this week. Hopefully we get good news that everything is back to normal. He's moving around and things like that. Stop speculating on the Shannon Sharpe issue, ladies and gentlemen, because you don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on with the Shannon Sharpe issue. Again, he just had a grandbaby and he found out on TV while live. Maybe he told Skip, I'm not coming. I just want to go see the grandbaby. Then again, maybe he is pissed at Skip because he knows how Skip operate. Or maybe he just felt uncomfortable coming in and didn't want any part of the heat that Skip is catching right now. Nobody knows. You can speculate all you want, but till we actually hear something from them, you won't know. So just relax and just keep your eye out on it. So that's all I got to say, man. Much love to y'all. Y'all be safe, man. And until next time, man, I am out. Y'all have a good one.